showtime, folks. Support me all clap.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to And They Were Classmates.
Oh my God, they were classmates.
My name is Patrick Bateman. I'm Jess.
And I'm Nolan.
And it's Halloween.
And it is Halloween.
Happy
when
Halloween.
You're watching. For us, it's October 23rd.
I showed up to a campus that I no longer attend dressed as Patrick Bateman, carrying this.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I hid away in here because I don't want to go outside looking like this.
I had to
Not
go
anymore.
I had to go out into the public bathrooms to spray fake blood on my face and pray to God that no one walked in.
And it's like, oh, it's a podcast.
Oh, sorry.
There's a QR code actually right out there.
Yeah, you should
if
check
you're
it out.
interested. As I was waiting for you, I made a tweet. It was a picture of me just standing right there, and I said, "Do you think this could crack someone's egg?"
I hope that it does.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope that both of us crack 2 different eggs.
For sure. Yeah, we're kind of gender goals right now. Libs of TikTok could just clip a whole section here.
Oh my God, yeah.
And just be like...
Well, I was already joking that for the last 2 weeks, because I've been so exhausted, I've just been wearing T-boy swag every day. Mm-hmm. Which for those who don't know is very loose pants, for me sweatpants every day. A very, very loose top and a sports bra and a beanie, basically dressing like Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
Right.
And I've been dressing like that for the last 2 weeks because of the show. But I'm free. I finished
free.
my show.
Free from your chains. How was the crowd? Because I was a little concerned that on the opening night Thursday, it was a little dead. Was it okay on the second weekend?
Yeah, the first weekend was dead. The second weekend was really good.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, we had our largest crowds night 2, week 2.
Okay.
Which is a Friday night because our shows were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which we acknowledged was not going to get us huge crowds on a Thursday night. So we were like, yeah, whatever. But Friday and Saturday we had pretty good crowds.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
I had so much fun doing that show. And I miss it so much. I'm going out to drink with some of the people from it tonight.
Epic.
We're going out to karaoke.
Okay. Fun.
Haven't gotten enough of each other singing, I guess.
These headphones are aux, so you should have gotten the fucking Patrick Bateman little headphones.
I swear to God, part of the reason I was late was because I swear to God we have a pair somewhere and I couldn't find them. I was because
it would have worked for this too.
I know, that's why. I mean, part of the reason I picked Patrick was because I have to wear the headphones anyway because one of us has to wear the headphones in this relationship.
It's true.
So now I was like, I need something that works with the headphones. So it was this. My backup plan was Sans Undertale. So
that would have been sick. Oh my God.
Yeah, we have 2 great options out here today.
Yeah, I'm thinking after this, we take a picture and the caption is something like where your letterbox profile come to life or some shit. We're here to kill you.
The worst persons you know, the worst person you know's letterbox looks like this.
Yeah.
It's just us. Hey.
Yeah. How exciting. We're all dressed up.
It'd be like that. I don't think you've actually said what you're dressed up as.
I'm dressed as Gwen Stacy or Spider Gwen or Spider Woman sometimes. Gets a little confusing there. Or Ghost Spider as well. Mm-hmm. It's just
but not Gwenpool. That's
names.
A different Gwen.
Not Gwenpool.
It's a different Gwen.
It's a different Gwen, but it gets confusing when you try to define it. It's well, it started as a Deadpool Gwen Stacy, but don't think about that. Ignore that.
Ignore that part.
Gwen Poole, that's her name. Yeah.
That's just how it is engaging with comics in general, in current era, I fear. Yeah. Because now, ever since the multiverse became a thing, now nothing can just be silly and fun.
Yeah. Fuck the multiverse. I'm Gwen Stacy saying, fuck the multiverse. I don't want to see Miles Morales ever again. Fuck that guy.
I think it's pretty hip to be square. I don't fucking know. I don't have a reference for that. This is my multiverse of madness.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's good. I saw so many movies in the past 9 days.
Yeah.
I saw Saturday Night. I saw The Apprentice. I saw Piece by Piece and Transformers 1. Mm-hmm. All in the past couple of days.
And the Pharrell Williams movie.
That's Piece by Piece.
Is that? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that that's what that was called. I've just called it the Pharrell Williams Lego movie for so long.
I realized watching the trailers, I was like, they should have called it a biopic. They should have called it a biopic. It's not a biopic.
No.
It's like it's a documentary about Pharrell Williams' life, produced by Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird.
Who do you think you are, Weird Al?
It was fun. It was definitely fun, and it was like a cool way to tell the story. Like, minor spoilers. They like every time he like makes a beat or like a song, they like represent it through like glowing like and like bumping like Lego bricks. Neat. And it's really cool. So it's like it'll just be like 3 or 4 pieces, you know, that they stick together, and then it'll be some transparent pieces, and they'll just be illuminating like a color. And I love that. And then when, you know, at a certain point in his life when he like lost that ability, he was like trying to make them and they wouldn't glow up, and it was kind of cool.
It sounds awesome, actually.
It was a little sick, yeah.
It was a little sick.
I was sad that it didn't get an IMAX release though.
Really?
Yeah, because usually like every big blockbuster, especially from like studios like that, always gets their IMAX release.
Yeah.
They went all in on Joker until this weekend. They were expecting Joker would just carry. And so lately they've had to share the IMAX theater with Beetlejuice, Joker, and shit, what's something else that just came out and was huge? Beetlejuice, Joker. Damn it. I forgot the third.
How could you?
Maybe the Wild Robot. It was Wild Robot.
That makes sense.
They had to reach all the way back to Wild Robot to...
I keep seeing videos of small children sobbing as they walk out of the Wild Robot movie.
Interesting. They got the kids crying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
because that's a power.
No, yeah, I was watching like
unless Gen Alpha's different.
No, I was scrolling through my For You page and I kept getting videos of kids, like young kids, like the target demographic, I fear, coming out of the movie crying and being like, "That was so beautiful."
Interesting.
It's like and just really like loving the movie. Mm-hmm. So I need to watch it.
Cause like growing up, I couldn't cry at movies. Like I would like understand when things were like conceptually sad, but I just couldn't like cry, especially just being so young. And that's obviously because of like you just don't have as much like life experience to draw from and all that.
Yeah.
But that's interesting that the Wild Robot's making the damn kids cry.
No, yeah, it's like low-key crazy to me. Like but I'm also saying this is like the first movie I remember crying at was when I finally watched Marley and Me for the first time when I was like 11. Or I might have been younger than that, but like it took killing the dog to make me cry at movies for the first time.
Sure.
Spoilers for Marley and Me.
Yeah, right?
My bad.
As if you don't know that movie as
you know
the one where
one that we all experienced the death of a pet for the first time, even though a lot of us had already. There's a difference between.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because my dog died of cancer when I was 6.
But you don't have like a concept of that.
Exactly.
Yet.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, and there was
one
like
day the dog's there and one day it's not.
Yeah, there was like a little sad moment where my brother and I were like, "Can we look for Maggie one last time?" And it's like conceptually sad, and like we knew to be sad about it, but it wasn't gonna make me cry, you know. And yeah, and then actually, even when I was like 15, when my cat died, I didn't remember crying very much. I don't know. That's how boys are, though.
Yeah, I was like,
right?
that was a whole different thing.
Yeah. That's just how it is when you're growing up. It's like you sort of that like don't show emotion, but then you get so caught up and don't show emotion that you just never show emotion.
Couldn't be me. I was raised female. Sorry, that was really mean.
Wow. Have you seen the Twitter drama? We're done. Like we're back on Twitter drama.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
welcome back. Yeah,
Goodbye.
sorry.
If you wanted like life updates, where someone DM'd like some idiot DM'd someone like you will never be a woman, and then they replied, "Joke's on you, brother, I'm a biological female." And then people are like kind of weird about it.
Yeah, because it's like that shouldn't be a gotcha, but also that is kind of a gotcha.
That's how I feel. It's like I totally get like kind of being offended that it's like the tone of it is kind of like, well, at least I'm not some fucking trans person, like I'm actually a real woman, like got you, you know. But like I don't know.
But like, also, if someone's in your DMs, like, you'll never be a woman, it's really funny to look at them and be like, I've always been one.
Exactly, yeah. And so maybe the word choice is bad, but then, like, I get in my own head, it's like, okay, well, if we can't say biologically female anymore, it's like, we keep, like, moving the thing where it's, like, now, like, assigned female at birth, assigned male at birth is, like, getting into, like, bad territory. And it's, like, this treadmill of, like, ways, Cause I get it though, cause it's like we create, you know, AMAB, AFAB, like, so it's like a respectful thing, and then people start using it in a hostile way, or like using it to draw a category in like non-binary. Like that part kind of sucks. So then like I get why it's moving, but it's like it's crazy to keep up with like what's okay and what's not. And now we're slowly phasing out of like, you know, biology. It's like
And that's where like it gets into like the weird gray area of like I'd be reaching my friends that are too woke looking at it sometimes, where I'm like, guys, we need to be able to. The thing that throws me off is how against medical terminology a lot of people have become, because they'll be like, well, it shouldn't matter. It does matter. I fear what parts you were born with, even if you've had them changed, does seriously matter in terms of your medical care. Like I get it. Like it sucks. But it sucks in any way in which like I'm labeled boy, male, man. Like those all suck. But ultimately, it's like. But realistically, I was assigned male at birth, and I know that, and I'm fine with that. Yeah. Well, because like, and as someone that's, you know, an assigned female at birth, non-binary person, like I can definitely see where people have started using AFAB non-binary as girl light. Partly because there's a lot of people like me who aren't super particular, even though we are non-binary, we're not super particular about how people perceive our femininity, if that makes sense. Like, I'm I'm non-binary, but I present feminine, and people refer to me as girl, woman. I use she, they pronouns, and whatever. And people are like, oh, so that's just girl light. I'm like, no, I'm not a girl. Right. But now it's become, well, I'll let women, non-binary, and AFAB people live here. And I'm like, whoa. That's weird. Then it gets weird, yeah. Like, but also I'm, like, if I was explaining my identity to someone, I'd be like, oh, I'm an AFAB non-binary person. Like, yeah. You know what? Fuck you. I'm an AFAB non-binary girl. Figure out what that means. Yeah. But I'm not a girl. But I'm also not a girl. So fuck you. Figure it out. It's kind of like those like story problems where it's like God, I don't even know. You know those like. I'm glad that Patrick Bateman is saying. I just remembered what I'm wearing. You know those like story problems though, where it's like Michael has like this and that, and then it's like a word problem that doesn't make sense, and you have to like seriously get down with a pencil and paper. Yeah, like when you're learning a foreign language and they're like, Michael is not wearing these two items, but he is wearing this. The person that's wearing this also has that. Yeah, that's my gender. That's you with your gender. It genuinely is. That's also how I perceive it. I don't know what's going on either. I'm reading it in Russian. That's a language I do not speak. Hell yeah. This weekend, I was working at the movie theater, at AMC Theaters, and there was a guest that recognized me from before, and she was like, for a split second, I thought you were gonna say the podcast. I was like, oh no, I quit the day that happens. The day, especially residents of that city. Oh God, let me out. We're fucked if that ever happens. But recognized me from some time before when I was working. She's like, oh, you're working today? I'm like, I guess I am. And she's like, what was your name again? Liam? And I'm like, ugh. Because like on the one hand, it's because it's like nolynn. Like I get it's like a weird name, but it's like, oh, being called Liam is just, it's an extra like gross name. Like I hate that name. I don't know why. Fuck all you Liams. Don't say that. Liam Payne just died. Oh, yeah. Like within the last week. But fuck him though, right? Isn't he an asshole? I mean, or is it up in the air? I mean, he was an abuser, but he was also. But we don't deserve to wish ill on the dead. But also, it's one of those things. It's so complicated. So complicated because it's very like how much abuse One Direction probably went through going through the Simon Cowell. I don't remember the X Factor. Yeah, X Factor machine, like that. That was fucking brutal for all of them, and they all came out traumatized. Right. And then they all went into superstardom, being the #1 boy band in the world. Sure. And then publicly broke. Like it's a whole thing. And then like Liam it's a whole Nicole Raffi video. It is. And Liam had a lot of issues with drugs and stuff like that. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like he died a horrible person, but he could have redeemed himself if he had been able to if he had stayed alive longer. I was a directioner, in case you can't tell. I was a very heavy directioner. I spent a lot of money. You could make the Chronically Online Girl video. I could make the Chronically Online Girl Explains Liam Payne lore video, I fear. Beat her to the punch. But anyway, I went to share that experience with a trans friend, and then they go, haha, my dead name is Liam.
And I'm like, really? Out of all names? Because I was thinking of that when I texted it, and I'm like, that could be. No, like, what are the odds? Like, that's insane.
It's so funny.
It's insane.
No, that happened to me. That happened to me once. Because I had a high school teacher that I had serious fucking beef with, and her name was Gabrielle. And I used to be like, I hate fucking anyone named Gabrielle. Never met a nice bitch named Gabrielle. And then my friend was like, my dead name's Gabrielle. And I was like, and that's why it's your dead name, because that's not you, because that's not who you are.
Hell yeah.
You are not a Gabrielle.
Thank you for leaving the Gabrielles. Yeah.
Which is really funny because I think I genuinely have met some nice Gabrielles, but in that moment, I was because that was my freshman year of college. So I was fresh out of high school, still had beef with that, still had heavy beef with my high school theater teacher.
Right.
I mean, I still have some beef with my high school theater teacher, but it's not nearly as intense.
Now I'm 23. So
yeah, now I'm 23. Now
I probably shouldn't.
Now I'm older than she was.
Whoa.
At that point, I realized that the other
happens.
day. Yeah, I'm officially older than the high school teacher that I was beefing with.
Dude.
Which is insane considering I'm 23.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really puts in, like, it's one of those things where put in his perspective where I was like, no, yeah, she just had no clue how to handle that situation and chose the worst fucking way possible because she was also a high school girl.
Mm-hmm. This sounds a lot like my choreographer friend who ghosted me.
Why'd you say it like that?
Ghosted me. Lunchley has mold in it.
Yeah, Lunchley has mold in it.
Yeah.
Lunchley, more like moldly.
Like my cheese moldy, bruh. Right before, a couple days before, I went on a quest. It was the intro clip in the previous podcast.
Yeah.
It was me and my brother looking for Lunchley. 3 different pick and saves across New Mexico. And none of them had it. And I would guess it's because they're just sold out or they didn't get a high amount of stock in the first place. It kind of happened with Feastables.
Yeah, I doubt they got a high amount of stock in the first place. It's probably for good reason now.
Yeah, interestingly, like Walmart and Target and 7-Eleven and Speedway all carried Feastables. Like, no problem. It was like pretty much instant. And then I found it interesting how like nobody wants to carry Lunchley, and it's because they're all 3 of them have so much controversy.
Yeah.
it's
3 of the most
crazy.
Controversial people on YouTube came together to make kids food.
Yeah, right.
Like explicitly children's food. Like it's not like Prime where Prime gets to skate by on like, I know a lot of people that drink Prime that don't realize that it's associated with Logan Paul. Mm-hmm. Like adults that are like, oh, I saw it on the shelves and I tried it and it's good.
Yeah, I mean it has like an appealing look to it. Like it doesn't look like YouTuber stuff.
Well, no, yeah, it's one of the most like discreet YouTuber thing. Like honestly, Feastables wishes.
Yeah, it's MrBeast logo on the front.
Yeah, so it's like, but then you throw KSI in there.
Yeah.
Which I need to make sure everyone knows the only part of that song I have heard is the from the pen to the ring to the whatever fucking part. Just that one part.
Yeah.
Including, I saw a single clip of KSI's brother watching that clip and just making fun of him the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, how bad is your song that your own brother can't even pretend to not cook you on this, dog?
Yeah.
It wasn't jovial anymore. It was just mean. It's like, dude, this sucks.
And there was such a funny take with the Lunchley mold I saw, and I sent it to you where it was like, oh, look what happens when your whole marketing is we use real cheese with 0 preservatives. Lunchables uses preservatives to preserve their cheese and make it fresh for longer. Our cheese is 100% real, and then it's molding.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
There's a reason why there's preservatives and things. That's why I think it's so dumb that we inherently perceive preservatives as bad. Mm-hmm. Because preservatives aren't inherently bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this as a nutritionist. I'm saying this as someone that like has to watch what I eat because I have a lot of digestive issues. So I try to not eat I try to eat things that don't have too many preservatives in them. Mm-hmm. I have a limit. Because there's definitely some stuff that I pick up and I'm like, no, that's not real food anymore. That's preservatives pretending to be food.
Yeah.
But
putting real cheese in a little box and refrigerating it for months.
Yeah, that's not how cheese works. Cheese is made out of mold, and it will mold quickly if you don't refrigerate it and wrap it. Yeah. And with string cheese, and with shredded cheese like that, you can't do what you would do at home and just cut off the little moldy bits. Because we all do it. If you throw away cheese because it's moldy, you're weak. Like I know there's some cheeses that you can't eat if they mold, like very specific ones, but like most of them you can just cut off the mold.
Right.
It's how they made the cheese.
No, it's like a banana. You can eat that part.
No. No, I don't think.
But yeah, then this Lunchly quest ended with us just buying Lunchables and eating them in the car. And then I accidentally bought lactose-free chocolate milk, and it tasted bad.
Yeah.
It tasted like really like weird and sour at the end. And it sucks.
I wish that we were on our hater arc as much as Rosanna Pansino is.
Dude, it's insane.
Uploading that full video on every single social media platform in full, and then posting the full unedited clip of her opening all of them.
Yeah.
Again, on every single social.
And then when she made the little Lunchly pizzas, and then with the moldy cheese, and just taking a nice HD, probably like a DSLR picture of that. Oh,
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, especially because she is like a food YouTuber, so it's she knows how to make that. She knows. She's got her whole team making that beautiful, beautiful HD shot of mold.
Hell yeah. Yeah, people were saying like, I pray to God I never get an op like Rosanna Pansino.
Honestly, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would survive having someone like that as my op. Rosanna Pansino. As a semi-professional hater, I bow down to you.
Well, and it's so funny because like she was literally just in the hide and seek video, and if they would have just like played by the rules, she wouldn't be on such a big hater arc. Obviously, if Lunchly still happened and there was mold in it, she might have done like a post or a video. She might have had her own "What Happened to YouTubers" man post. But like she's been a MrBeast hater for like 3 years now, and honestly, like she deserves it.
Well, I feel like part of it is just that like even after she came out with everything, and then MrBeast tried to like threaten to sue her publicly, and like was just like not open to any criticism about it. And then got like, and I remember like her reputation tanking after that.
He kind of swayed the public opinion in a weird way where it was like, the idea was still like, yeah, she's kind of right, but like, he's MrBeast, you know, it's like, I'm sure, you know, there was some good, but I'm glad it all turned around for her. And now she's like the leader of her and Dog Pack.
For real.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's, and it is really funny. I recently went back and was listening to one of the old episodes of us talking about when I watched my first MrBeast video.
And I'm like, yeah, how was it? Welcome to the team.
And it's like, it's so crazy listening to me being like, yeah, but I'm still not sure how I feel about him. And then a couple weeks later, everyone else started being on their hater shit.
And you get to like have your hunch and be like, hello, everyone. I
have documented proof.
I have my clip.
I have documented proof of being a hater from day one.
I wasn't sold on it.
I didn't believe him for a fucking second. I could see it in his fucking eyes.
But yeah, now his new video is tanking. It got like 66 million in a week, which is, it's the whole like, oh, is that a bad thing now? For him, yes.
Yes.
Considering he has like a worldwide audience, and he used to get, I mean, on the YouTuber, like the 50 YouTubers video, shit, man, he might have had like,
I mean, we could
almost like 150 in a week.
Let's do a quick comparison. Oh no. I just got the notification that I no longer have the ability to access. Oh, sorry. Tomorrow, I will no longer have the ability to access my rehearsal tracks for Young Frankenstein.
I hate when that happens.
Rehearsal tracks. No, but we can check the numbers. Oh fuck! I have to close the queso stream I was watching. Get me out of here. Okay, here we go. I almost hit play on accident trying to close it since they changed the mini player.
Oh, the Twitch one?
No, the YouTube mini player they changed. So now I keep. Because they moved
I
the
hate
close
the
button.
new mini player.
I hate it too.
They have some really cool UI changes coming. I read the whole blog post, but that mini player is just wrong. Like, no.
MrBeast.
MrBeast!
All right, his most recent video, 7 days exploring an underground city, was uploaded 11 days ago, and as of recording has 74 million views.
Which we're not saying is like bad numbers. Those are great for YouTubers, but for James McBeast.
But it's crazy because then his video from 3 weeks ago has 99 million views. His video from a month ago has 119. A video from 2 months ago has 122. Like it's a steady decline.
Where's the YouTuber one in there? 50 YouTubers? What's that at?
I'm just gonna hit popular because I know it's gonna be.
The stats are kind of weird because it's like you know, it's like those have had time to accumulate, others haven't.
This is like these are all like insane numbers to me.
Yeah.
As someone that's like an old head on YouTube.
I mean,
I forget
because you can go into any of those videos and change the audio track to a different language, and he has like 17 languages.
That's fucking insane. That's why he has literally 661 million views on Squid Game in real life.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look it up.
And it does suck because he was a cool YouTuber to be leading the pack, like way better than, I don't know, T-Series.
50 YouTubers Fight for $1 million has 261 million views.
Yeah. And now a new video of his may never reach that. All he has to do is make a response. Like, come on, dude.
Well, no, because then you'd have to admit fault.
His girlfriend already did, remember?
Yeah, but he's never gonna do that.
Yeah. That sucks.
That's part of the brand, is that if he never says anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of why he was able to skate by for so long, was that he just never made official statements until way after the fact.
Someone make the biopic. Someone do it.
I don't know if I want to watch the MrBeast biopic.
Oh,
I feel like it's gonna be.
If it was if it was anti-Beast and the funds go to Rosanna Pansino.
Who would you want to make the MrBeast? I would argue
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. Not a biopic director. I was gonna say I could argue that YouTube documentarians would do better than any biopic ever would.
Yeah, there's two YouTubers.
So
you probably have seen them.
What YouTuber would you want to have the MrBeast video?
Have you seen like, it was like, we surprised Smosh with their own movie. We surprised Ryan Trahan. Their subscriber goal is like 5 million subscribers, and we make a MrBeast movie. And at first it was cool, and then now it's weird. And then in the Smosh video, they were like, we'll have an update later on if we're still doing the MrBeast movie. So I think they have it in them to tell like a really interesting story with like what's going on. Yeah. I feel like I would trust them to be able to do that and not make it too biased and weird, because they're like Nardwuar with their fucking information.
I would,
when they showed like Matt Pat and like Ryan Trahan their movies, they're both like, what the fuck, how did you like find that?
Yeah.
So I trust they'd cook.
I think I would probably see, my thing is that like I really like the more traditional video essay style of like YouTube documentarian. Sure. I know it's not typically up his alley, but Defunctland would fucking with how good he is about finding information about business dealings. Yeah. Specifically is why I would want him to do it.
Wendover Productions.
So true.
The Wendover MrBeast video.
Or if I wanted to be more like business, like how he made his money focus, I'd want it to be more like Defunctland. But if it was more like the social side, The Right Opinion. I
haven't seen any of that.
The Right Opinion does a lot of like breaking down people's YouTube careers. Uh-huh. He's not a very unbiased source,
right?
But like he's one of the guys that I've watched his stuff off and on for a long time, and heavy asterisk while we're talking about documentarians and with how some of them end up, we don't know that much about them beyond watching their YouTube videos.
Well, an example of that is like years ago, Disrupt TV would do a banger MrBeast video. Yeah. Now Disrupt TV is a little weird.
It's a little odd.
Buy my channel. Come invest in my channel. You'll be rich.
It's so crazy watching the mighty fall. Apparently, right now, speaking of YouTube commentary documentarians, do you know Jenny Nicholson at all?
Yeah, she made the 4-hour Disney.
Yeah, she makes a lot of
video.
Very, very good videos. Right now, she's trying to go to the new Universal Park, and she's having a lot of issues with it. Like just because of the way that there's something with the new Universal Park where like you have to book either like a 1-day stay or like a 9-day stay. And she's like, I just want to be there for like 4 days. And you aren't able to book something like that until closer to the date, like the opening date. So she's dealing, at least I think that's how it's, I'm getting it secondhand through following her on Twitter. So like it's hard to tell exactly how it's going down. But like, it's really funny because people are saying like, well, you wonder why they don't want you in your park when you made such like a disparaging video about the Star Wars thing. And she's like, I just made a video about my experience. Because if you watch the video, she's actually really positive and optimistic the whole time until the poll incident.
Yeah, I didn't watch the full video. I really planned on it. I think we even talked about it on this podcast.
It's such a good video.
Or the beta version of this podcast. But I didn't watch it.
Such a good video.
Yeah.
It's really about the pleasures of conformity, and I need to watch American Psycho again. I'm going a little insane.
Yeah. Let's see if I can rip it right now. I used to have it all memorized.
All right, I believe in you.
Do you like Huey Lewis and the News? Genuinely, that's as far as I can get. No, I don't have that shit. Look on r/copypasta right now.
I don't even need to do that. I just need to look up fucking American Psycho, Huey Lewis and the News, Hey Paul monologue.
Shit, I used to have all of that memorized. It's like a thing you thought you could do up until this moment, and then you realize you can't. This is a tough moment for me.
You like Huey Lewis and the News? Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste, but when Sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically. The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that really gives the songs a big boost. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor. Hey, Halberstam. Yes, Alan? Why are there copies of the style section all over the place? You have a dog, chow or something. Jared Leto, everybody. Right here, right now. No, Alan. Is that a raincoat? Which I couldn't find. I looked for one and I couldn't find a clear raincoat anywhere. I did find someone's handmade Toriel Undertale cosplay.
Oh my god.
Goodwill, though. Yeah. Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is. In '87, Huey released this for, we can't play that for copyright reasons, their most accomplished album.
Play the MIDI version.
Editing Nolan.
Press M!
I think their most undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square, a song so catchy most people probably don't listen to the lyrics. But they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends, it's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, Paul!
Damn, I had all of that memorized at a point in time.
Ah! Try getting a reservation at Dorset now, you fucking bastard!
Hell yeah. Audition monologue.
I actually used, not that I used the I'm just not there monologue for an audition once. But I was trying to do some VO work during the pandemic. So I was submitting to a bunch of random, like, smaller projects that were willing to pay $50 for an hour of work. And I was like, sure, fucking whatever. Pay me $50 to do your background work in your indie game. None of them wanted to pay me $50 to do background work in their indie game.
When I'm watching movies with my brother and like a monologue will come up, I'll always whisper audition monologue. Because like in high school, we especially had to like, you had to do like the character's audition monologue if you wanted to do the character. You do 2 monologues and they could be any, but it's like your odds of getting the character are increased if we can see how you do the character, you know? So it would, the like Mamma Mia auditions is like, here's the Sam monologue, here's the Bill monologue, here's the Harry monologue, and you know, everyone else. And so every time I'm here, I'm just watching a movie and there's a monologue, I'm like, audition monologue.
I always thought it was crazy when I was in high school, the way that we did it was the first round was a purely singing audition. Like it was just having everyone come into a room and sing. And then the next round was if you got callbacks, you would come back and read the like the stuff that they wanted you to, which I always thought was insane.
Well, insane that there's that amount of people that they can operate like that and still have a full cast. Like at my high school, damn, you had to do crazy bad on an audition to not make it, and you'd still make it. And there was like one guy who had to be replaced way back in 2022 just because he was like that bad. Like the director would come up and say, "It's a comedy."
Yeah, no, they, for some reason, well, I don't want to say for some reason, because the way that they did it was they wanted to do it by voice first for who would get, like, singing roles, and then based on how well you could act would depend on that. Yeah. But the problem is that, like, since we were only doing, like, classic musicals at that, like, classic and Disney musicals, I didn't stand a chance. I'm a belter. I'm a mezzo belter.
Right.
9 to 5 was my one shot, and I was a freshman, so I auditioned for the ensemble because I wanted to find out what being in a musical was like. Yeah. And then after that, it was all Mary Poppins, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. I'm like, I'm a soprano. I can sing high. I was singing first soprano for Young Frankenstein. Like, I can do it, but my comfortable range is mezzo belter.
Should we see Mary Poppins this spring at your old high school?
Oh my God, no! I can't afford that.
They are crazy expensive.
No, yeah,
but they're actually. Wait, they're cheaper. No, are they cheaper than your Young Frankenstein tickets?
No.
Okay.
And the only and to be fair, the reason why community theater ticket prices have gone up around here is because renting that space has become more expensive. Sure. Because they are less friendly to people besides being in there than they used to be.
Fuck that.
It's just a natural thing, I think. Now that they're hosting their own shows, they're a lot more wary about other people coming in.
Sure, and tearing curtains up and
Still not my fault. Involuntary curtain slaughter at best.
Totally.
I'm not going to jail. No, yeah, I thought it was funny when I texted my boyfriend and I told him I was going to dress up as Patrick Bateman for the podcast. He sent me back like a screenshot of the I live in Washington Heights. My name is Patrick Bateman. I'm 27 years old. Monologue.
Yeah.
He sent me that. He was like, "You better get practicing." He's like, "You need to remember that." I'm like,
it's not an online free podcast if you're not acting your ass off. Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, he sent me a photo, a Japanese fan art of the movie Paul. Do you remember that movie?
No.
With the alien that comes to Earth, and then it's a raunchy bro comedy. It's an alien named Paul. Well, an alien that they name Paul comes to Earth, and it's basically just two guys smoking weed with him, I think, for a good chunk of the movie. Okay. I don't know.
So you got the Japanese poster?
Yeah, no, it's Japanese fan art.
Japanese fan art.
Yeah, so it's specific because him and I are obsessed with Japanese fan art of American media. I'm going to text this to you so you can throw it up in the pod. And that way you can see it for yourself.
Oh. I also, at the same time...
Oh my God, you didn't put the thing on there. How are they going to know we're recording a podcast if we don't put the recording a podcast thing on there?
Welcome to the phone podcast.
Welcome to the phone podcast. Well, you can play along at home.
Yeah, look up Paul.
That's why I need Nolan to throw that image up so that we can...
Yeah.
Plus, then it has artist creds in it.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. I think I've seen this, and I might have added it to my watch later at some point.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about this movie except that it's by the same guy that made Superbad. And it came like out during that era of like really raunchy.
Sure. I watched a terrible mid-2000s, I guess it was early 2010s, but mid-2000 comedy, like that type of, mid-budget genre. I watched a horrible one. It was titled The Campaign, starring Will Ferrell. And that's all I remember. It was just bad. And I normally love that type of movie. And when I saw it, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to watch this.
I thought it was funny. Last night, I watched Clerks 2 for the first time. I've never seen Clerks. But my friend, I went over to, after I went to bingo last night, I went over to my friend Blake's house to build Lego with him. Because he buys these little, they're from a company, I think it's called elon. They do a lot of really cool, like, cryptid, I don't want to call them knockoff Legos, but they're knockoff Legos. Yeah. Because they're, I love this company, I really do. I don't want to disparage them, but their little instruction books are not the best. They're not the easiest to read because they're all really complex builds with very complex parts, like parts made for each individual build. So I was trying to build Bigfoot last night while I was watching Clerks, and I almost crashed out 3 times trying to make the legs, like to the point that I had to like pack it up and be like, "You guys can finish it tomorrow."
That was me on my math test today. I forgot how to convert point slope to y-intercept. And so I ended up just numbering all of my attempts on the last question, and I said like the answer : I didn't pay attention enough, and I should have put this in my notes. And then I said put a star near where I was the closest. That's all I need.
Isn't slope intercept form y equals mx plus b?
Oh no, yeah. So I needed to convert point slope form to slope intercept form.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember doing that. I hated it.
I don't remember the exact, like I remember it's like simple. You either make, because these are all my attempts, you either make x 0, y 0, or you just solve the equation and then it becomes slope intercept. I cannot remember.
Mathematicians, let us know in the comments. We would Nolan would love to know. Yeah. It'll be too late for her math test, but she would love to know.
It'll be so beyond too late too. By the time they're commenting, it's like Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
At the earliest.
At the earliest, yeah.
Most likely it'll be 10 years. Someone's going to comment and be like, so you know.
Yeah. Because when we get our NBC show and they have to go back to like this version because it's like.
Yeah. When people want to see our roots once we have our late night talk show.
It is sad like what happened to like TV and shit in general because it's so cringe now. And like, did you see my SNL tweet?
No, I don't think so.
Because after I watched the movie, I realized how much of like the GOAT Lorne Michaels is. Because he made SNL. Is he a bad guy?
He's not a great guy.
Oop. 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 Anyway, look, from a media perspective, he made something cool like SNL. And then over time, it's been forced to like appeal to like boomers through Gen Alpha. They're trying to just get everyone in there with just everything possible. And then like the celebrities that like Gen Alpha and Gen Z like, but then like humor and like writing that like boomers will get. And it's just like, it's so sad how like,
well, it's because the problem is that SNL has always appealed to 20 to 30 somethings. The problem is that now their primary demographic is those 20 to 30 somethings who became 50 to 60 year olds. And they don't understand any of the jokes that SNL is trying to make, but SNL still doesn't want to make jokes for boomers. They want to make jokes for the 20 to 30 demographic. So they're simultaneously trying to do that.
Well, yeah, and then the 20 to 30 demographic just isn't watching Saturday Night Live at 11 p.m. Central, 10:30.
No, but what they are doing is they're watching it on TikTok now.
And then they're commenting how cringe it is. Like, it's just a weird cycle.
Sometimes. It depends, because the Ariana Grande Espresso Bridesmaids thing, that's been fucking huge. Like that's become like a huge fucking meme in the way that SNL hasn't for a little bit. Like at least on TikTok, and it's spread definitely onto Twitter. At least my Twitter. So it's like, and then that's what happens is that instead of like people being like, oh, this is like a good episode, it's like, well, because now the best way to enjoy SNL is admittedly through clips on their TikTok the next morning, because that's how I watch SNL now. It's become something where it's genuinely better to enjoy SNL after the fact more than it's genuinely better to enjoy after the fact than it is to enjoy it live, which sucks because SNL is Saturday Night Live.
Make it a Twitch stream. Like, I get that they can't because it's like you need like cable to watch it live or Peacock or whatever the fuck, but like if you're actually trying to like make it happen, like, I don't know, adapt, man.
Yeah, but I don't think they really need to.
Make it the Jimmy Fallon Twitch stream with like one moderator. The Among Us cock.
Never forget. I still think to this day about that time that Markiplier was on. I don't remember if it was Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, one of the Jimmys. And just how like it was like the first time he went on there, and just how poorly it went, because it was when the idea of like a YouTuber was still not huge. Yeah. Like, cause this was in like the early days of like gaming YouTube coming up. Yeah. So it was.
And then their questions are all like, so you make money sitting in your room and playing games on the internet. Yeah. How does that work? Yeah, no, how many subscribers do you get per dollar?
And this was there was this weird like 2-year span where every time they had a gamer on, they would want them to play games with the host. Like they'd want them to play video games. So they were sitting there playing like a horror game, and the guy was just being mean to Mark for no fucking reason, and just like not even making the like, oh, so you sit here and this is how you make money? You make money doing this? And it's like, yeah, fucking, and you can see Mark's trying so hard
not to crash the fuck out.
Yeah, because he's sitting there and he's still, because this was still like young, respectful Mark. When he was still wearing like the buttoned up flannels to every fucking interview, you know, that era. So he's sitting there and he's trying to be like, yeah, you know, like trying to, but then like every so often it comes in, you can see him go like, like you can just see it drop for a second and then come back.
Yeah.
Because there was another, I wish I remember who there was another YouTuber there too.
This also happened when they got the Fortnite World Cup winner Booga on Jimmy Fallon. My brother and I go back to the interview like so often because he's on Jimmy Fallon, and he's like, and then Jimmy's like asking, he's like, oh wait, so what is your daily routine like? He's like, I wake up at like 12. Oh, you wake up at 12 noon. What do you do?
It was Jimmy Kimmel. I just double checked. It was Jimmy Kimmel, and they're wearing the same shirt. Jimmy Kimmel and Markiplier wearing the same shirt.
Interesting.
or very close to it, and it was Mrs. May. To just really date when that was Mrs. May was the other, and the clip posted on Jimmy Kimmel Live on YouTube on September 4th, 2015 is titled "Gamers Educate Jimmy Kimmel." It's not good. It's not good.
So Booga's on Jimmy Fallon, and
sorry,
and then,
I just looked it up. So.
And then he's like, you wake up at 12 noon, you eat a banana, and you play video games for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was still listening. I was just double checking my dates. I wanted to make sure that I was actually looking at the right upload. I was like, I'm going to feel really bad if I wasn't. I was.
It's good.
Because sometimes I realized that a couple of big, like Jimmy Kimmel Live, like big talk shows like that had recently switched their names from being like whatever the name of the talk show was to the name of the host, or vice versa, depending on who technically owned the YouTube channel and who got it in the divorce when they left the show. So it's
like with Conan, it has to be like Team Coco, and they're like slowly re-uploading like their coolest stuff.
Yeah, so it's like I wanted to make sure that when I said, "Oh, it was uploaded by Jimmy Kimmel Live," like on this day, I was like, I want to make sure that was actually still his channel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good news, it was.
Yes, thank you, Jimmy Kimmel. Shout out Jimmy Kimmel.
Do we have to?
10:30 Central on ABC.
Does he still have a show?
I think so.
Damn.
I would guess. The current era, like I feel like they're never gonna leave, man. It's Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know. Is James Corden gone yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Right? It's like we don't fucking know. Because we don't keep up with late night. Because it's cringe.
No, I'm pretty sure he did, because I think he quit to do movies.
Oh, what a goat.
Because remember, I think he left a little bit after Cats came out, if I remember right.
He was like, I'm going to make it big.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I know he at least stepped away for a while. But I don't fucking know. All I know is that I preferred the Late Late Show when it was hosted by Craig Ferguson. The Late Late Show hosted by Craig Ferguson is one of my favorites, but that's because I really like Craig Ferguson as a stand-up comic. So, and we always used to, we fell into it. There was a pattern that we had when I was a kid, because Doctor Who, the new episode of Doctor Who, the new episode would come out, and then we would watch Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, because every other night of the week there wasn't every other night of the week there wasn't a new episode, but there was an episode that played in the same time slot, because that's how syndicated TV used to work.
In the damn good old days.
In the good old days.
Yeah.
So we used to always watch Doctor Who, and then the late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, because we weren't a huge fan of the Late Show with David Letterman. Because my dad and my uncle were spoiled by when David Letterman had his own show, which I think was the David Letterman Show or something like that. So they just didn't. They were like, we like the old David Letterman show, not the Late Show with David Letterman.
Fuck that new shit. That's the rip-off version. That's the Netflix original version.
Which is ironic, because they prefer Whose Line Is It Anyway to the Drew Carey Show. And Drew Carey was the original host of Whose Line Is It Anyway before they rebooted it, and I think Aisha Thompson was the name of the woman that took over. I don't remember. I didn't watch the reboot, not because I actively avoided it, but just because I forget.
Who was the YouTuber they tried to give a talk show?
Lily Singh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was she got 2 seasons of Late Night with Lily Singh. The first season was not good. I heard the second season was better, but they just couldn't. They couldn't make up the massive aura loss from season 1.
Well, and I mean, I'm guessing it was still aired exclusively on like cable and satellite.
Oh yeah, but that's,
it's like you have to have a better tie with YouTube itself.
Well,
if you're gonna try that.
she did upload clips and stuff on YouTube, like, and she did upload.
It's not enough in 2016.
And her YouTube channel for a little bit did become primarily like, okay, because she had a vlog channel. So she kind of stepped back from her main channel, but then was really ramping up, like talking a lot on her vlog channel about behind the scenes. And then she was able to upload clips from the show onto her YouTube. And then there was a separate Late Night with Lily Singh YouTube channel that also uploaded pretty frequently. But yeah, the first season just didn't do super well. Mostly because the problem is that a lot of the people who are becoming late night hosts now are not stand-up comedians. And they're still trying to follow the stand-up comedian formula of late night talk show, which you cannot do if you're not, because stand-up comedy is a whole different beast. Because part of the reason why her show tanked was that Lily tried to stand up there and do the opening monologue, but she's never been.
Yeah, so it's just this script to read from, and it's just like,
and she don't have the flow. And she's funny. She's a great comedian. She's a great skit comedian. I watched her a lot before, like in the way back when, like way back even before the show dropped. I remember when she first introduced her Indian parents as characters. Like it was kind of crazy watching her blow up and then watching her get that show and crash so quick. But stand-up comedy is such a specific comedy style, and it's so hard for people who aren't used to it. Like I've had friends that are stand-up comics and do like open mic nights and stuff like that, and they're super funny. But then when I go to those open mic nights, you also have to listen to the guy. It's his first time. His friends tell him he's so funny, he has to do stand-up, and then he sits up there.
Yeah. And
it's like, okay, you're just standing up there telling stories. None of these are really funny.
Yeah, that's why we stick to the basics here. We're podcasters.
Yeah.
Me trying to do this as a stand-up, that would be so funny.
That's basically what the solo episodes are, is us trying to do stand-up. So
that's
they're
why
shorter.
They do so bad.
Dude, so we try to avoid them.
It's so funny that, like, it's not our least viewed, but my Fortnite episode did so bad. And even after our Merch Creatures episode blew up and, like, people were watching old episodes, nobody touched the Fortnite episode. And, like, respect, I get it. You don't want to watch me play Fortnite for 21 minutes. Why would you? But, it's just sad.
That sounded so pain. The girl that has that wants to stream actively. Who would want to watch me play fucking Fortnite, huh?
Video games on the internet.
Video games on the internet? I don't watch anyone play video games on the internet. No. I would never do that.
It's a dated format. It's crazy.
I say that like I wasn't fully planning on making a Minecraft channel this year before I had to, like, jump back headfirst into caretaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it be.
And theater. It's just like, no, those were my summer dreams. It's fall now.
I get to pick one dream, and I picked theater. I was like, you can either do theater or have a YouTube channel, because the rest of your time you need to be at home. And I'm like, okay, theater it is.
Yeah, that's tough. Hope you make it someday. We're gonna be big someday. We're gonna make millions of dollars, you and me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We're manifesting it right now.
Yes.
We have to.
What was it? I don't remember. Oh, I think it was Saturday night. I texted you in case something bad would happen.
Mind you, I was on stage when you texted me.
Yeah. Well, I needed it to get through at some point. That's why it's not a phone call.
I know.
You want to read it?
It was just really funny. Yeah. No, because it was really funny because we were able to actually have trust because we weren't working with children and teenagers. All of us were just sitting on our phones backstage. So I need to scroll back and find it.
Yeah, we text so much.
We text so much.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. We actually do text more than I realized.
I know, right?
I'm like, damn, we do text we do text like most days at this point. So at Saturday at 9:08 p.m., mind you, I'm in Act 2. I get a text from Nolan that says, "Just in case, I'm going to a late night hangout date in someone's dorm at college. I don't think anything bad will happen. I trust her, but I'm just in case maxing because I've never had a date with someone in a private space like that. Yeah. So I'm just letting you know." And then the salute emoji, to which I responded, "Don't die."
Don't die. And I texted my brother the same thing, and he just completely like manned out and just didn't get it. He's like, "Bro, what's gonna fucking happen?" And I'm like, "No, you just do that. Like, just in case something bad happens, you know where I was, and you can tell someone."
Exactly. Oh, I found the tweet that you were talking about earlier. It's funny that one of Lunchly's biggest marketing points was Lunchables uses fake cheese. We use real cheese, and they're immediately finding out what happens if you do that. Mm-hmm. That was what the exact tweet was. I'm double checking. The way that you tweeted it, you cropped out their at. The way that you sent it to me, you cropped out their at. You monster.
Tap into it. I always leave the at there.
Nah, dog. That's just their user. That's just their screen name.
I see what you're saying. Well, I couldn't have controlled that. If I click into it, it becomes like long, and I can't screenshot it all.
Maybe just screenshot better. I don't know.
Just get a bigger device.
Now I have to look up their...
Turn off bold text.
Yeah, turn off bold text. Change your font size. I can't even pull up their fucking account.
It's fine.
No, I genuinely like.
When I put the tweet on screen later, the @ will be there.
There we go. I was just so curious, and now I can't find it. I can't believe you.
I did have them assassinated, so.
Just side note. Wait, okay, I finally found it. It's @planetaire27.
Thank you. Our first time crediting someone
Yeah,
live on the podcast.
Yeah, capital P.
But anyway, so I go on. I can't while you have the phone out. I'm so sorry. Like, I cannot focus if you're looking at your phone.
That's really unfortunate for you, considering I have ADHD and need to look at my phone at all times.
So I go on this dorm date, and it's kind of just like this for 2 hours. You know, that's how it is. I mean, it's like a first date, like in a dorm, kind of awkward. We just pretty much compared America to Morocco, like a bunch. She was Moroccan. That'd be really funny if we would just pick a random country and compare it. No. And so, yeah, we just compared that for 2 hours, talked about different things. And it was interesting how she was like, I want to visit Minneapolis. And I'm like, yeah, it's only like 8 hours away. She's like, oh, that must be a short flight. I'm like, really? You want to fly? Like, I get it.
I know people that make that flight.
I do that drive.
I was going to say, I know people that make the flight, but I know more people that would just drive it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then after 2 hours, I was kind of like, yeah, it's been 2 hours. I'm gonna get going now. And then I left, and then I got home, and I was like, yeah, it was really nice. I'm sorry, like, I don't really feel like a romantic attraction, but you were really fun to talk to, and you know, I had a good time. And she deleted her Bumble profile, and I feel so bad.
Dude, you were the straw that broke the camel's back.
I guess. But I would want someone to say that to me. Otherwise, I would keep messaging, and then it'd be this awkward thing where it's like, oh, can we do a second one? And then they're like putting it off. I rip the Band-Aid off every time. That's the way I prefer it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm putting that back out into the world then, you know, that's what you do after a date. And then the next time, you know, that'll happen to me. And yeah.
It's just really funny that you happen to be the one, TM.
Yeah, that made them delete the profile. Oh, poor thing.
It really be like that sometimes, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my friend had a guy that texted her because she went on a date with him and then, like, didn't feel a connection, told him that, and then the next day went on a date with another guy who she did, so she deleted her profile that day because, like, within that day they decided to be official. And I was like, okay, cool. Like... Mm-hmm. Well, because they'd been, like, chatting for a while. Sure, so then when they actually met up and went and they're like, okay, yeah. And they both wanted to be, well, if we're only dating each other. So, you know, whatever. But she got a text from the guy from the dating app because she forgot they had swapped numbers. And he just went, was the date that bad? And she was like, what?
That's me.
No, and he was like, was the date that bad? And she was like, no, I just
deleted it.
She's like,
my bad.
She's like, no. She's like, I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need a dating account anymore.
No, that's so me. I can't have the like thought bouncing around in my head. I confirm like right away. I give it like a day or two. I'm checking. Whenever I have like a weird suspicion about something, like I'm sending the text.
I think it's fair to text someone, but I think it's a weird way to approach them to be like, was it that bad?
Sure.
Like, no, that's there's a difference between. Was it that bad? And I noticed you deleted your profile.
See, that's guy clutch though, because in the universe where it was that bad, she goes, ha ha ha, yeah, like, you know, like crying emoji. I'm sorry, I just want to, you know, get off dating out. And then you like try to turn that into a conversation. Yeah. Guy mode sucks. Guy brain sucks.
I'm so glad I don't have guy brain.
Yeah.
I'm also so glad that I'm not actively trying to find someone to date in 2024.
Mm-hmm. It's a mess.
I don't know. I legitimately have no clue what I'm going to do if Ace and I break up. I don't know how to date.
Yeah.
I've been in a relationship with the same man since I was 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. Well, then what sucks is like having that like chronically online type of like brain. It's just so rare. It's like unfortunately
I'm going to have to e-date if Ace and I break up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just so rare to find people like that. Cause I find people I somewhat click with, but then they never have like, you know, and not to like put myself higher, like they never have a brain like me, but it's that like type of like the way you like, it comes down to like, do you have like Discord and like, do you know, It's like, that's everything. It's like, do you know what like Discord is? Do you know what like, like, do you know how to mod Minecraft? It's like those types of things. It's like that.
Yeah, the most important things in a relationship. Do you have Discord? Do you know how to mod Minecraft?
Kind of, yeah. It's like that. Those aren't like my exact like deal breakers.
No, I know what you mean, but that's really funny.
It's that type of thing. It's like, can you mod Minecraft? It's kind of like, do you know what Discord is? Like, whether or not you have it, I guess like it's.
See, that's where I run into the issue.
It's better if you have Discord.
I run into this issue of like a lot of people that have a similar humor and everything to me are younger than me, which is really unfortunate for me because I don't date people younger than me. I don't. I never have. The idea, I don't know why. I personally don't feel comfortable dating someone even like a year or two younger than me. I feel weird about it. I don't mind having a massive age gap with someone older than me, but I don't want to date anyone younger than me.
Yeah. I thought I wasn't the same way, and then I was going out with a 18-year-old girl who like, this was in like July, and so she like just graduated high school, and I just the way her mindset like functioned was just, I just couldn't do it. Like I need someone who's older than me that like I can like in some way like look up to, not like directly like that, but someone who's like.
See, that's what I'm terrified of. I don't want anyone to trust me to know what's going on.
Yeah, I guess I feel a similar way. Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough out there.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that I'm not in it.
I'm very lucky.
I'm staying at home, curled up with my boo thing. I'm kicking him in the face on accident while we cuddle.
Right.
Because we fell asleep on opposite ends of the couch. I did that last night. We took a nap. Like, we ended up napping, laying on opposite sides of the couch, and I, in my sleep, fully kicked him in the face. And he like woke me up and was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What?"
I had in my basement, we used to have like an L-shaped couch, and then there was like a kind of like friendship that you're like born into, you know, those types of so there's a kid I was sleeping like this way with the pointer finger being in my head, and then he's sleeping like this way, not like on the hand isn't me, but like on an L couch like that, and I'm like, if you would sleep the other way, like I wouldn't have to worry about kicking you in the face, and it made I had to like curl up my legs the whole night as to avoid that.
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah, because you are long of leg too.
I'm long of leg.
You are long legs.
And so much taller before HRT, guys. I shrunk so much.
Yeah, I'm
so short now.
You
my
had
God.
Your legs were so
HRT
much
can't
longer.
shrink you. Like please shrink me. Like please shrink me, HRT. Like please shrink me, HRT.
I like to imagine that when we leave and you're in your car and I can see that you're like queuing up music. I like to imagine that you're getting in your car and queuing up the old hypnosis videos that I'm.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because they work, obviously. That's
they
why
do. Yeah.
This is proof.
Yep.
This is proof that
I don't take any hormones. This is what the videos did. Sorry
about it.
Oh, those old videos.
I've picked that up from you now. It seemed like
sorry. I'm sorry.
I started doing that, and Ace is like,
what is it? Where'd you get
that?
this?
And I was like, I don't know. Nolynn does it.
Sorry.
All the time.
I'm sorry.
It's like how the way that I go like, oh, hey, buddy. Like, cause to all my friends, like when I greet my friends, I'm constantly like, oh, hey, buddy. That is my friend, my ex-best friend's, old college roommate's tick.
Jeez.
To their cat.
Yeah.
That they picked up from their roommate, because when their roommate would see their cat, they'd be like, oh, hey, buddy. And then so they picked it up, and that was just how they greeted their cat. And then that became how they greeted all their friends, because he would always, he called all of his friends, oh, hey, buddy. Like, so it became, hey, buddy, to everyone. So then I picked it up, and like all of us picked it up. So now all of us are just repeating their college roommates.
Yeah, and you kind of have to bastardize and be like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. That's a pretty common one, is getting in the car going, hey, buddy. The worst is on Tuesdays when Shelby comes to pick me up for bingo, and so Ace comes out to say hi. And what always happens is, like, I get in the car, we hit each other, the hey buddy, whatever, and then as we leave, Ace always does this, because this is I don't know why Ace started calling Shelby this one day, but one day he did it, and he's done it every day since. As we leave, as Shelby rolls up the window so we can pull out my parking lot, Ace always goes, bye, Belchy. And I don't know, like, one day he just started calling her Belchy.
Right.
And I don't know why.
All right. And it just adds to the vocabulary and the brain rot.
And now it's in the collective brain rot of our friend group, and it's like,
nice.
Fuck, it's for so many levels of bastardization and evolution. It's like a fucking spore creature. I was at Goodwill yesterday looking for my suit jacket. And I found 4 copies of Spore, one of which was in the DVDs. And the one that was in the DVDs was covered in mysterious gunk. And I was like, this feels evil somehow.
Gunk at Goodwill. Yeah, how does gunk even... Are you sticking your DVDs together? Like, what are you doing to get gunk on your DVDs?
Well, yeah, and it's not even a DVD. It's a Spore. It's the game Spore. Yeah. And it was still in like the sleeve too. So I was like, why didn't you just throw the sleeve away? Why do we have the gunky sleeve?
One time I found at Goodwill, I found a sex book.
Oh yeah, you can find a lot of sex books at Goodwill.
Well, then my brother and I were debating if it's cringe or not to educate yourself on sex with a book.
I think it depends on the book. Because I think, to be fair, 99% of sex books are intended as gag gifts.
Right. I suppose. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. They're sold in the back of Spencer's for you to give to your friend for their bachelorette party, you know?
It was like an old-fashioned one, though. It was written in like the 70s or 80s.
No, see, that's based. That's fucking sick.
Right.
I would absolutely buy that.
My brother was saying it's cringe to like read it. And I'm like, it's only cringe if you're like, was that nice for you? I read a sex book to learn all that.
And also, I think important asterisk, the book was written in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Where else were they gonna fucking learn?
Right. That was the YouTube tutorial.
Yeah. That was the YouTube how to kiss tutorial that everyone fucking looked up before their first Valentine's Day dance in 6th grade. Like you went and you found your like that book that your parents got as a wedding gift, as like a gag wedding gift, and then you like flip through and you're like, oh shit, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. So I think it's cool to read the sex book. I
think it is, but I'm saying that as someone that like I remember when I was being I didn't realize why I really liked reading my mom's Cosmo magazines until I was like older, and I was like, yeah, like looking back, I was reading it because I was like, there's so much stuff in there that's just about like, oh, like sex positions to try and whatever. My mom would like be like, don't fucking read those. Like but I would always want to go and read them, and I'd be like, I don't know why my tummy feels funny, but I'm gonna keep reading these.
Interesting feeling.
I wonder why I have to pee.
Have you seen Elon Musk's jump?
What?
There's just always a new term. There's always a new thing. All right.
I know I heard that he's is this the video of him saying that he's gonna like pay people to register Republican?
No, he's going on stage at Trump rallies and jumping like this.
What the fuck? Why is he like why is he
people
got no
theorize
job?
Because it makes an X. So then Tim
There's
Walz.
No fucking way.
Tim Walz goes.
Oh my god.
Look, Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit.
I might trim it to just that, but
that was the most Midwestern way to say that.
Jumping around, skipping like a dipshit.
Like a dipshit. Sounds like my dad.
Yeah.
Like the. Every time I listen to Tim Walz talk, I'm always like, no, he just sounds like my dad. Like, because he's so Minnesotan. He's so Midwestern. I love that man just for that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, we can't get into another politics section, though. Our last episode bombed. It is among the 4 worst performing And They Were Classmates episodes. And I don't think it's because of the politics. I mean, I think it's because like the title and thumbnail were like, we got political, and I think that's kind of cringe.
We played ourselves with that one.
I don't think it's like necessarily that they're watching to the politics section and clicking off, because if they watch 30 minutes of our damn little podcast, YouTube is like, they're watching 30 minutes and they recommend it to people. So I think it's something about the way we began the podcast. We're learning. We're
learning from Al, our good friend Al.
Every time this millennial shit.
It's because I know for a fact on most social media websites, if you say or use the word algorithm, it genuinely puts it down because they assume that you want to talk about like that you're talking about how to gain the algorithm. So it's like, so that's why I've picked up calling it the Al Gore rhythm.
I love on Twitter when someone will say like unalive or PDF file, and the quote tweet will always be like, you can say kill yourself on this website. We're a real damn website. Say pedophile.
Yeah, that's a level of that I will not reach. I just like consistently calling it Mr. Algorithm because it's funny to me.
It's so millennial to me, but you do you.
You're literally 4 years younger than me.
It's the like, I don't know. It's just so. Let's see what the old algorithm. I love it, but it's millennial. This is
I think you need to accept the fact that a good chunk of our viewer base is going to be millennials.
It's true. They're actually the highest percentage is I think 25 through 30.
Yeah.
Of our audience.
It's my age range.
It is.
Fuck you. I'm right. You're wrong.
You're right. We're just like Saturday Night Live.
We're just like Saturday Night Live. I'm literally. Wait, does that mean we have to start doing cocaine? I mean, you're already doing cocaine.
I'm doing cocaine.
You're already doing cocaine.
5 Hour Energy, cocaine.
Yeah, same thing.
Pretty much is.
Literally the same thing.
The only reason I don't have one is because I like forgot and I was moving too fast this morning, to grab one. Moving too fast sounds like it's like a double entendre there. I
like to imagine that you were, for some reason, my brain immediately filled it in with like you were still having the energy of the 5 Hour Energy and you were moving too fast in like the Flash can't control my speed in the first episode way.
Yeah, I think it says 15-day energy. That's weird.
It's crazy.
That's how I feel.
That's how it works. That's how drugs work, kids. You only have to do them once and then they work for 15 days. So that's why you can't do them ever or you'll die.
Today in biology, the professor passed out a like study guide for the lab quiz, and then another student was like, "Why don't you have one of these for the exam?" And he's like, "That would just be too easy. That's like spoon feeding you." And then they're like, "Ugh," and I'm like, literally, like, be so for real.
Oh my God.
These are our notes for the class. Like we got this whole thing as a like handout. As part of the course.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is fill it in. Like, this is your study guide. Like, literally everything is right here. You filled it in.
Yeah.
Study it.
My brother in Christ, you have the information.
That's it. Like, do you really need the one page, like, bullet point of what you need to study? It's like,
I need the YouTube shorts.
Look at it.
You know what I think is the craziest? Slight subject change about the YouTube shorts thing. About how they're yeah. Isn't that going to fuck up? Like all the music videos. So
they did specifically say that like unlike because the first round of YouTube shorts, every vertical video or even square that was under a minute was immediately turned to a short. They're doing it a different way this time where it's only videos posted after the change that are 3 minutes or under as a YouTube short are YouTube shorts. So it won't affect everything else. Okay,
because when I first read it, it read like they were going to retroactively change all of them too. And I was like...
this one, they were mindful about
the Vivo channels are about to be so swipeable.
I think they also took squares away from YouTube shorts because I had a couple videos that I uploaded as shorts that were squares way back in the 2021 Minecraft days. And they're not shorts anymore. So I think they took squares out. So if you have a 1 minute song, it's not a short.
Oh, that's good.
Not a short.
That's good because I have a feeling that I might start posting covers because that's easier than actually making content. Well, no, because like I'm gonna have to go through and like record and balance the audio and everything and find backings that I can use legally. Luckily, that's not the hardest thing to find on YouTube. There's a lot of people that just upload acoustic covers and then put in the comments, like, use for your cover, just credit me. And I'm always like, sir, yes, sir.
You look just like the emoji when you did that. That was awesome.
I love doing that. You know what? I kept making one of the guys in the musical laugh because every time our director would ask us to do something during strike, I would hit them with the officer Doofy reporting for duty from Scary Movie, where every time I'd be like the whole thing, and then I'd go off and do it, and for some reason that just made one guy laugh every single time. So I was like, fuck it.
Well, once you get the one laugh, it's like, all right,
audience
this
of
is my
one.
joke now.
Here we go. Yeah. Until he stops laughing, I'm gonna keep doing this, and he kept laughing.
That's good.
Oh yeah, my goal, what I have to do every single time is find one person who laughs at my jokes and then play my entire personality entirely to them.
Yeah, that's honestly real. That's how it works.
And that's how you make friends.
Yeah. I don't like the type of people that just always fire like the same genre of jokes every single time. I have a coworker who's like that, and oh my God. It's like I'm like staring into space like when he's just like ripping them like over and over and over. And it's like, I don't know, it's the same type of joke. I won't get into it.
I definitely have some jokes that I repeat a lot, like
Sure.
whatever. But I feel like I mix it up enough. It's not a huge.
Well,
it's still interesting to talk to.
He and another coworker were taking cardboard boxes out, and he's like, "So, are you good at Jenga?" It was like that type of thing. Right, exactly. And it's that, and it's the whole shift, and I shouldn't keep talking about it.
No, because the worst part is that like I'm someone that's like sometimes I turn into that person when I'm at work because my brain is like, okay, I'm in my work personality, so like I get that.
Yeah.
But I've also am someone that's been on the receiving end of someone that's worse than me about it. So I can sympathize with you and empathize with your coworker. Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm a multifaceted human being.
Damn. I'll never be that.
See, this is what happens when you become a recovered mean girl.
Yeah.
Is that you can be simultaneously the mean girl and the one that was bullied.
Because you can have your first thought, but as long as you're
second, as long as
we bring it back. For everyone who didn't watch the previous episode.
Yeah, for everyone who didn't watch the previous episode, your first thought is your reaction. Your second thought is how you actually feel, and that's how. And I live by that. That's genuinely how you could sum up like 20 minutes of last week's podcast.
Yeah. No, that part wasn't 20 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
That part was closer to like 5 to 7.
Shh, they'll watch it if I say it was 20.
Oh, right.
We have to pretend that we like our content too.
I had to unsubscribe from Ludwig. I'm so done.
Did you?
Yeah. He was my goat, but dude,
This is huge news. This is huge news to me. You love Ludwig.
I love Ludwig so much, and
we based a lot of our podcasts around Ludwig's podcast.
Yes, literally. Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with a podcast.
No.
You guys are doing fine. But it's on his main channel. He came back from a week of no streaming because he was in Japan.
Happens.
doing an RV stream with Sea Dog VA.
No, that's so base.
Yeah. And so they traveled across.
It's so crazy that Sea Dog VA is like a huge guy now, because the first video I ever saw from Sea Dog VA was Black Butler characters played Cards Against Humanity. Back when his whole shtick was just doing the Sebastian, all he did was a Sebastian Michaelis impression.
Right.
That was all he did for the first like year and a half of his channel, and I was in. I was hooked.
So Ludwig comes back with the title Speedrunning Mario Party Jamboree, and I'm like, I'm so excited. This is about to be a good night. I get my body pillow. I get my. That sounds weird.
Get your Ludwig body
I'm
pillow.
touch starved, so I have a little body pillow that I watch. Not that I watch streams with like that, but when I'm on the couch in the basement
with her anime girl body pillow that's strangely
it's
stiff.
a pink cylinder.
It's weirdly stiff. It stands up on its own.
Anyway, so I get my body pillow, I get my king size blanket, and I'm cozy and I'm so ready. And he starts to stream, and he's like, "We're not going to be doing Mario Party today." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. Maybe it'll just be like a chill little like 2-hour little game, you know." And then he's like, and the price of channel memberships will be increasing because it's $0.99 right now. Because like his whole thing is like, I'm rich, I don't need any more money. Like I'm making it as cheap as possible. Sometimes you get some like bonus streams, but for the most part, it's just $1. You know, you're not missing out on much. And so now that's going to be increasing. And I'm like, ugh, that sucks. And then he's like, and today I will be playing 3 hours of League of Legends. And I'm like, dude.
I would commit murder if I went over to someone's house and they were like, you want to watch me play Mario Party? And I'd be like, yeah. And then they were like, actually, I'm going to play League of fucking Legends.
Dude.
And I'm saying this as someone, one of my best friends in the whole fucking world. She loves League of Legends. And I do watch her play League of Legends. And I've watched her League of Legends streams. I don't want to watch anyone else play League of Legends.
It's damn boring. And
it's so boring to watch.
The worst part is it's not just like today he's playing it or like every week he plays it. He has a fucking challenge with Tyler 1 right now where Tyler 1 said he couldn't get platinum by January, and he's like bronze 3.
Oh my God.
So it's like we're committed to like constant league grinding until January, and the price of channel memberships are increasing, and he's not playing Mario Party on a night that I was like really excited to watch a damn stream.
That's so unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate. And so I'm just done. I'm done until January. And then my guess is in January he's not going to hit platinum, and he's going to say run it back and then have a whole another league season to hit platinum. So bad.
Ludwig becomes a league streamer.
Pretty much. This is exactly how Ninja got irrelevant.
Yeah.
This is like exactly what happened.
Except Ninja did it with Fortnite.
No, Ninja got popular with Fortnite, and then he pivoted to League, and then his career sank, and then he joined Mixer, and that's the only reason he like has any, like he. Oh my God! If he ran it down in League of Legends,
I would argue that Ninja does not have any cultural relevance anymore, like in like major culture.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I remember like one thing from him recently.
Well, not in the way compared to what he did. Where he was hosting a fucking New Year's Eve party in fucking Times Square.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm not seeing enough movement.
That's never gonna happen again.
Where every fucking kid knew who Ninja was.
Mm-hmm.
No one fucking.
Yeah.
I don't hear any of the kids talking about.
He did just play Fortnite with Drake, and then just got the #1 all-time subscriber milestone on Twitch, or it was like paid subscribers on Twitch. That's so crazy.
Well, that's crazy.
That's crazy. But now Iron Mouse has it.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of clips from that stream. Because I remember people kept posting about her streaming about it, being like, isn't it like embarrassing that she has to sit there and beg for subscribers? And I'm like, what do you think literally anyone is doing on the internet? Mm-hmm. We're begging for subscribers. Please subscribe.
Pretty much.
Please subscribe.
Huge
we don't make
plans
any
at
money.
500. Huge plans at 500.
Huge plans at 500.
You're gonna love it.
At least God, we hope so.
And if they don't, we're gonna love it.
Yeah,
because when we have the playlists, that's gonna be so hard. I can't wait.
Yeah, we know that 500 subscribers is a fucking long way away. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that we're not already talking about what we want to do.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool
when we have the ability to make more content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fun part is going to be figuring out if I have to edit my own content during that part, because that's going to be a lot.
We'll talk about it after. Yeah. Let's finish up the podcast.
I was like, wait.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the people who were mad about Iron Mouse and then being like, oh, this is just some like weird like e-girl shit, and it's like, or not e-girl, VTuber,
I feel like Iron Mouse. Did Iron Mouse used to stream with Facecam and then switch to VTubing?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I know a lot of people have.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I'm probably out of my shot. I'm realizing I moved a little too far.
I've been thinking that when I like actually buckle down to start streaming like I want to, if I do.
When you do.
Yeah, when I do. I want to, because I have the ability to do this now, I want to make myself a PNG tuber.
Yeah.
So
where when you're talking, it's a different one. And
yeah.
Yeah, I like
so that because it's cheaper than a VTuber rig, and I could draw my own PNG tuber. Because I have some artistic ability. Not a lot, but some. I only drew all of our assets. Except for the ATWC logo. That one was all you.
Oh, beautiful. And Microsoft Paint. I remember the day I had the vision of just the Microsoft Paint ATWC. Yeah. Love that.
I remember the day that I spent like a solid 6 hours drafting all of these little different ideas for what our channel logo could be.
Yeah.
And then we both liked the first one that I drew. And I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Be like that.
Well, 124, is that enough?
I think we legally have to call it.
I think we do.
I think we legally have to call it here.
I think we do. Yeah, I'm all out of my little topics.
Are you all out of your little topics on your little topics there?
Yeah, the only thing.
Before we call it, do you wanna tell them about when we found the list that was sitting over here? Your immediate first.
Yeah, so there are other people that podcast here, and instead of bringing a little shitty pink journal like me, they wrote it out here because they don't have a video element. It's not as like weird. And so
it's weird.
Or yeah, it's not as weird to have like a list so public and so big like that. Yeah. And so they just had like 6 or 7 topics, and I come in and I'm like, ugh, and like just needing like your little topics on a whiteboard, like ugh. And then I like got to thinking, I'm like, this is literally what I do, just not on the whiteboard.
It really be like that.
do. I just imagine if it was this, and I wrote down all of my topics right here, and like with the video, I'm imagining myself looking over and being like, oh yeah, I saw Piece by Piece this weekend. You know.
It'd be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would be like walking into like the world's worst fucking college lecture where it's like the style of professor that has like 6 bullet points written on the whiteboard behind him. No PowerPoint, no script for his lecture, but he does have like his own like paper list of bullet points that you can see. And you can see that none of them are more than a line long. And you're like, oh, fuck, taking notes is going to suck.
1 semester of this, please.
The only classes that I've ever had that format work well in was philosophy
Yeah.
and like discussion-based classes like that. Anything where I actually needed to like, arguably I did need to take notes in my philosophy classes, but the way that my professors ran them, I really didn't need to because it was, you didn't need to understand anything super deep.
Yeah, I think we have the same guy.
No, because this was at Elon.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I only took philosophy classes over there. I actually never took a philosophy class with the philosophy professor here, which is ironic because I was in his philosopher's club. I was in Socrates Cafe.
Right.
I wasn't in. I took his religion classes instead of his philosophy classes. No, but yeah, like when you're in like a existentialism class or like an ethics class where you need to learn the concepts more than anything super concrete, like. That format works really well because then you have the 6 things that you need are what's written down behind you. Everything else you need to just kind of
it's like pay attention, branch your understanding.
Yeah, it's like here's what Kierkegaard thinks, and then we're gonna discuss how we feel about that and what that actually means. But you need to write down the 6 things that he thinks, and that's it.
For sure.
And that's why it's written behind me. That was fine. But then like one time I had not an English class like that. I had like a history or like an anthropology class, something like that, and I was like, oh, fuck. Where I needed to write down a lot of concrete dates, but I needed to hear them.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, hear them, write them down, and also still follow what he's saying after that. And I'm like, I dropped.
That's too much.
That's one of the only classes that I dropped. I dropped that class within a day of the semester starting and picked up another one. Like once I realized that that's how I was gonna go, I was like, no. My ADHD ass? Nuh-uh.
No.
Clocking out. See you next year.
Yeah. I miss pop culture in the media.
Sometimes I do. Most of the time I
miss it a
don't.
little bit.
I miss doing the activities and talking about the movies that I liked with people who didn't care, but had to pretend that they did.
That was tough.
What, pretending to care about the movies I liked?
Or no, because we never ended up in a group. Like maybe once or twice. It was kind of freaky how rare it was. But you were always in a group with that one guy, and
yeah, Asher.
Yeah.
My boy. Asher, if you're listening, I miss you, bro.
Yeah. That class was fun though. I miss those days.
Forcing other people to listen to how I feel about film is why I started a podcast.
Exactly.
Once that class was over, we needed to force you guys to listen.
They were literally back to back. We walked from that class
to a podcast.
Not straight here, but straight to the theater.
Yeah.
To hear a lecture about the history of radio.
I forgot about that.
I hate the way that man organizes his classes.
That man is
It's like as if ChatGPT wrote the structure. It's like, yeah, for the first week, we'll be studying the history of communication. For the second week, we'll be studying the history of radio and the pivot to podcasting. For the third week, we'll be going over podcast strategies and equipment. And for the fourth week, you'll begin podcasting.
Yeah.
Like 4 weeks?
In the fourth week, you'll begin podcasting with nothing but me telling you how to hit the button in a dream.
Yeah.
And you know what? We did that.
We did. We made it.
We made it out the hood. The
Yes.
hood being a Reddit podcast. I thought really hard about forcing you to listen to my favorite no sleep stories for today's episode. To be like a spooky Halloween episode.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah. Plus, I didn't feel like talking for that long. Because I would have been, I would have forced you to put on headphones and been like, okay, we're gonna recreate the proper experience, and I was gonna
and then put like spooky ambiance in the
and then I have to make my voice sound lower because that's what all the guys on YouTube that read scary stories do. And then I was gonna, but now I can't do that.
Yeah, no, we've got time.
I don't think we do.
All right, well, it's been an hour 30, and it's been nice. Maybe
next week we should each bring something to share with the class like that. one of the pieces of internet media of all time that we really enjoy. I'll find like something horror that I'll force you to read the original Jeff the Killer article so you can actually learn what it fucking starts teaching you about the fucking Slender Mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, just things that I was either too young or just not really. In those genres.
I can't believe that you're like too young. That's so insane.
I don't know if I was necessarily too young because there were people my age at the time looking up the like creepypasta and stuff like on their iPads at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean like actual like.
I was
being
listening
there
to hypnosis.
I was gonna say actually like being there for the real creepypasta era, not the weird like Slender Mansion. All of the proxies are dating me like and they're chasing me in the forest shit. But like the actual like when creepypasta was good. Which was a very short window. Yeah. But I was there.
Oh, I was into the Ben Drowned stuff.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, in Lavender Town.
Yeah.
I get my little ones.
You're on the gamer side.
I'm a gamer.
Yeah, but I mean the original Jeff the Killer image that is an edit of a photo that's lost media now because of how old Jeff the Killer is on that website. That's why whenever like I want to show people like old creepypasta, I'm always like, okay, do you want to see Jeff the Killer, or do you want to see like? But Jeff the Killer is always first on the list because I love that one. That
sure.
Smile Dog's a classic too. All the images that kept me up at night when I was 11.
For sure.
I know technically next week our episode will be out of Halloween, but it'll still.
But for us, it'll be Halloween.
Us, it'll be close to Halloween.
Damn, October 30th.
Yeah,
we earned it.
You know what?
This is your Halloween episode. Next one's ours.
Yeah,
understand that.
Yeah, that's why I'm probably still gonna be wearing a Halloween outfit next episode.
when the video comes out, November 6th to November 7th.
That's fine.
It's fine.
That's an acceptable period to still be wearing Halloween stuff. My decorations will still be up for sure. All right, we will catch you next week. I will bring a scary story to share with the class.
Oh, I've got shivers already.
Ooh, it's so scary. If you guys have, I don't know, do you remember creepypasta? You got a favorite one? You got a favorite no sleep? I could hit Nolan with a no sleep instead, like a classic one. One of the old ones.
I like the euthanasia coaster one.
That's a classic.
I love that one.
Maybe even an SCP. Maybe I could start bringing Nolan into the world of SCP fucking. Do you know anything about SCP beyond like containment breach? Maybe.
Not really.
Ace and I.
The dirty look at the camera.
Ace and I love SCP. It's so like foundational to who like our style of horror, and it's not even all horror. It's great. It's just internet stuff. I love collective internet projects. All right. So we'll talk about that more next week. We will see you guys then. Check out all of our stuff down below. Hit subscribe. We'll see you next Tuesday.